Welcome to Ping 24 Updates, where you get the most important news and stories from around the world, every day. Subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to stay informed. The once tranquil waters of the Philippine archipelago now bristle with foreign warships, their sleek hulls slicing through the waves as they patrol these contested seas. What was once a quiet maritime crossroads has transformed into a stage for global power projection. Their presence is a direct and unmistakable response to China's growing assertiveness, a show of resolve that signals the world will not stand idly by as the balance of power shifts. In recent months, American aircraft carriers, Japanese destroyers, and Australian frigates have converged here, forming a formidable multinational fleet. Their coordinated maneuvers and joint exercises are a clear message of unity and shared purpose. These warships, flying the flags of many nations, signal that the world is watching the South China Sea with growing concern and vigilance. The Philippines, a nation of over 7,000 islands, has become the epicenter of a global power struggle. Its strategic location at the heart of vital shipping lanes makes it a focal point for both regional and international interests. Each arriving warship is a statement. International law and freedom of navigation must be upheld. The presence of these vessels is a reminder that the world values open seas and the rules that govern them. Years of Beijing's pressure have drawn in nations far beyond Asia, turning what began as a regional dispute into a global concern. The South China Sea is now a test case for the international community's resolve. The arrival of European warships from France, Britain, and beyond underscores that the stability of these waters is crucial to the international order. Their journeys, thousands of miles from home, highlight the interconnectedness of global security. This is a new era of diplomacy, one where military presence is used to prevent conflict, not provoke it. Naval patrols and joint exercises are now tools of reassurance, fostering dialogue and cooperation among allies. The Philippines now stands on the front line, supported by a chorus of steel warning against further aggression. Its navy, once isolated, now sails in solidarity with powerful partners, projecting strength and unity. The world hopes this unity will de-escalate tensions and steer the region toward peace. Diplomatic efforts continue behind the scenes as leaders seek a path forward that avoids confrontation. The stakes have never been higher for maritime law and regional security. The outcome here will shape not only the future of the Philippines, but the rules that govern the world's oceans for generations to come. Once celebrated worldwide for its pristine beaches, vibrant culture, and warm hospitality, the Philippines has long been a favorite destination for travelers seeking sun and serenity. Its islands, dotted with palm trees and crystal-clear waters, have drawn millions to its shores, making tourism a vital part of the nation's identity and economy. But today, the Philippines finds itself at the center of a much larger story, a critical player in the ongoing contest for influence between the United States and China. Its strategic location in the South China Sea has thrust it into the global spotlight, where the stakes are higher than ever. The nation's extensive coastline, once simply a source of livelihood for countless fishing communities, is now its most vulnerable frontier. These waters, rich in resources, are also a flashpoint for territorial disputes and international tension. In response, Manila has adopted a more assertive foreign policy, actively strengthening alliances and speaking out for its rights under international law. The government is forging new partnerships and reaffirming old ones, determined to protect its sovereignty. The armed forces are undergoing a significant transformation, pivoting from a focus on internal security to the formidable task of defending maritime territory. Modernization efforts are underway, with increased patrols and joint exercises. No longer a passive observer, the Philippines is now actively shaping the Indo-Pacific security landscape. Its voice carries weight in regional forums, and its actions are closely watched by allies and rivals alike. Its unique location makes it indispensable, a true gateway between the Pacific and Indian Oceans, and a crucial link in global shipping and trade routes. For the US, Japan, and Australia, a strong and resilient Philippines is essential to maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific. Joint military drills and increased cooperation underscore the importance of this partnership. The world now sees the Philippines as a linchpin for regional stability, a nation whose choices and alliances will help shape the future of Asia and beyond. Its transformation from a peaceful tourist haven to a vital strategic partner is both dramatic and, many believe, irreversible. The country's dual identity is now a symbol of its resilience and adaptability. Today, the Philippines stands at the heart of a growing coalition, united in the determination to uphold a rules-based order and ensure peace and stability in the region for generations to come. At the heart of the South China Sea dispute is China's sweeping 9-dash line, claiming nearly 90% of the sea. This claim overlaps with the exclusive economic zones of the Philippines and other neighbors, fueling instability. China has built and militarized artificial islands, projecting power far from its shores. In 2016, the Philippines won a landmark legal victory at The Hague, which invalidated China's claims. Beijing rejected the ruling, continuing its activities as if international law didn't apply. This defiance alarms the world, challenging the rules that have kept peace since World War II. Smaller nations like the Philippines now seek international support to defend their rights. The South China Sea is a global economic artery. 1/3 of maritime trade, worth trillions, passes through these waters. Disruption here would send shockwaves through the world's supply chains. Beneath the sea lie vast oil and gas reserves, making control a matter of national security for many countries. The region is also a vital fishing ground, supporting millions of livelihoods. Filipino fishermen now face danger and dwindling catches due to Chinese interference. Control of the sea means strategic dominance, projecting power across Southeast Asia and controlling access between oceans. The US and its allies are determined to prevent any single nation from dominating these waters. The stakes: economic security, energy, food, and the balance of military power. The South China Sea is a flashpoint with global consequences. In response to China's assertiveness, a coalition of nations now patrols the South China Sea alongside the Philippines. The US, Japan, and Australia lead the way, joined by European powers like the UK, France, and Germany. Their warships are a physical demonstration of support for Philippine sovereignty and international law. Freedom of navigation operations challenge China's claims and reinforce that these are international waters. The presence of global navies increases diplomatic pressure on Beijing. Joint patrols and exercises boost the Philippine Navy's capabilities and morale. This network of allies acts as a collective deterrent, raising the cost of further aggression. The coalition is not a formal alliance but a flexible partnership united by shared principles. For the Philippines, this support is both a strategic advantage and a morale boost. Together, they create a more stable and predictable security environment for all. At the core of the Philippines' security response is its enduring alliance with the United States, a partnership deeply rooted in history and formalized by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty. This treaty, signed in the aftermath of World War II, established a binding commitment between the two nations to support each other in the event of external armed attack, especially in the Pacific region. Washington has repeatedly clarified that any armed attack on Philippine forces, aircraft, or public vessels in the South China Sea will trigger U.S. defense commitments under the treaty. This assurance is not just a diplomatic statement, it is a clear warning to potential aggressors. This security guarantee stands as the strongest deterrent against Chinese aggression in the region, serving as a powerful reminder that the Philippines is not alone in defending its interests. The visible presence of U.S. military power, often in the form of carrier strike groups and advanced warships, reassures allies and signals unwavering resolve to both friends and rivals. The alliance is brought to life through expanded military cooperation, most notably the annual Balikatan exercises, which have grown in scale and complexity over the years. These joint drills now focus heavily on maritime and coastal defense, directly addressing the evolving threats in the South China Sea and preparing both forces for real-world contingencies. Beyond exercises, the U.S. provides vital military aid, advanced equipment, and specialized training, all of which help modernize the Philippine armed forces and enhance their ability to respond to emerging challenges. Yet this partnership is complex, requiring careful management and constant dialogue to avoid misunderstandings or unintended escalation, especially as regional tensions rise. The Philippines seeks to protect its sovereignty and maritime rights, striving to assert its claims without being drawn into a broader great power conflict that could destabilize the region. For its part, the U.S. aims to uphold its treaty commitments, maintain regional stability, and support the rules-based international order that underpins peace in Asia. In this complex and contested environment, the U.S.-Philippine alliance remains the single most important factor in the region's security architecture, shaping the balance of power and the prospects for peace. Facing threats at sea, the Philippines is rapidly modernizing its military. The focus has shifted from internal security to defending maritime territory. New ships, missile-capable frigates, and modern fighter jets are entering service. Coastal defense systems like India's BrahMos missiles add another layer of deterrence. Alliances with the US, Japan, and Australia provide hardware, training, and intelligence. Joint patrols and shared surveillance enhance the Philippines' maritime awareness. The Coast Guard, now better equipped, is often first to respond to Chinese incursions. Larger patrol vessels allow for a persistent presence in contested waters. By strengthening its own shield, the Philippines shows determination to defend its sovereignty. International support multiplies the effectiveness of these efforts. For millions of Filipinos, the South China Sea dispute is personal. Fishing communities face harassment and dwindling catches as Chinese vessels block traditional grounds. This has sparked a surge of national pride and support for the Coast Guard and military. The phrase West Philippine Sea has become a rallying cry for sovereignty. Yet, anxiety runs deep. Many fear the costs of open conflict with China. Filipinos want peace, but not at the expense of their rights or dignity. The nation is united in its resolve but yearns for stability and security. The government and its partners are under pressure to navigate the crisis wisely. At stake are not just resources but the lives and dignity of a nation. The human cost is the heart of this story. The Philippines and the South China Sea stand at a crossroads with decisions today shaping the region for decades. The risk of miscalculation is high. A single incident could spiral into conflict, devastating economies and lives. Yet the unified front of the Philippines and its partners offers hope for a new, stable equilibrium. If China is compelled to choose diplomacy over coercion, peaceful dispute management is possible. The outcome will send a message worldwide. Will the future be ruled by law or by power? If the coalition prevails, it strengthens international law everywhere. The world is watching, as the fate of this vital waterway and the peace of the region hangs in the balance. The choice is clear, a future guided by rules or by might.